Hello, and welcome back to our little fish room. I am Rob, down here in South Texas. And many years ago, a very wise man told us all that
there is no tomorrow.
now that's some very good advice. However, every time I decide to look over at that 10-gallon shrimp tank over there, what do I tell myself? Work on that tomorrow. Well, you know what? Tomorrow is today, and let's just go over there. Yikes. Well, here we are in front of 10 gallons of basically unchecked tank evolution. My goodness, this 10-gallon shrimp tank was the very first tank I decided to actually put live plants in about a year ago when I started this crazy hobby obsession of mine called Fishkeeping. And God, I should probably be a little embarrassed to be showing this to people on a public forum, but I don't really think that a healthy tank has to be super appealing to the old ojos, because this one is not at the moment. It's a little rundown, overgrown, and just needs some love. The fish are happy. There ain't no fish in here. The shrimp are doing very well. I mean, every month there's new colors, there's new babies, there's new sizes. There's no more red, and well, there's a couple of reds and blues, but started out with 4 reds and 2 blues and turned into this. So basically what we're gonna do is, I really thought it was cute to have these hanging suspended clouds of algae, but they're out of control. So we're gonna cut those up, clean those up, trim those up, whatever the heck you want to call it. We are going to get in here and get all these hardscapes that have the black beard bubbling on, even though it's kind of cute and fluffy looking. I don't want it. I like that little algae, that little moss that I didn't put in there. No telling where that came from, but we're going to keep that. Just clean it up. Get all the moss off of this Monte Carlo, which is the only original plant that I put in here a year ago that's still growing, still doing okay. But yeah, we're going to clean up the front, we're going to clean up the back, we're going to make this tank look better. So let's see if we can do that. Well, there were some tough negotiations between the shrimp and I, but we finally came to an agreement on how much of the floating cloud mess should remain, because they love it so much. And we've kind of shaped them down to a manageable size, and we saved the Java ferns as best as we could. We replanted that strange mystery moss in the back there. Traded out the rock because that old one had entirely too much blackbeard algae on it, and really just kind of cleaned it up. And man, you can really see the shrimp now. It's amazing when you put a little effort into your tanks what will happen. I went ahead and gave them a little beach party to celebrate their new home. Let's see how everybody is doing. Check out the crazy genetics that have happened in this tank throughout the months. Like I said, we had started out with 4 cherry reds and 2 blues and ended up with this. Just random cut. Oh, there's my favorite. Look at this guy. Look at this guy with the blue body and the red head. That is so cool. So cool. But yeah, there we go. I mean, Shrimp Tank is back in action. You can see the shrimp and enjoy them once again. Awesome. You know, it's almost worth it to let your tanks get all crappy, so that when you clean them all up, you're like, wow, I forgot. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Anyway, we're done with this shrimp tank for now. The only thing I really want to do is find some hopefully slow growing but small plants to put in this back section. Maybe a species for the lower backyard and a different species for the elevated backyard. Yeah, I tried to keep this one short. Hopefully some of y'all made it this far. If you did, obviously I really appreciate it. I think we're going to go ahead and close this one out and move our efforts over to the river tank, over to the saltwater tank, and back over to the community tank. So, until we make another one of these here videos, happy fish keeping, y'all. Nothing. They're just shrimp, you know.